where we used to have a lot of argument, it was because I was so scared that if I don't address it now, right, this is what our marriage is going to be like. So I would spend and expend so much energy trying to correct one action that will not be corrected in one day or 1 week or 1 month or 1 year, that will take time to correct. But because that fear that if I don't do it now, this is how our marriage is going to be, I'll become so exhausted, and then we'll fight because I don't want to understand this part. I am focusing on my own, what I'm thinking or what I think is right. Go away, Joe. And he also does the same thing. You understand? I get it.
I feel for you.
Stop. Since I've been waiting for this man when she shoots video. Since you see what I go through. You see what I go through on a daily. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Victoria Ayodele Fash. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for joining me. If you're a returning subscriber, I love you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for always and always coming back. Okay, so today we've had an adventurous day. I don't know if you guys have already seen our anniversary series video. Yes, we really had a lot of adventure today. But before I go into it, before they will say I did not introduce them, please, this is my husband. Introduce yourself.
Hello everyone. You have to pardon my voice. I caught a bit of cold, so
yeah, his voice is really bad.
It's a bit hoarse, so
you have to project though.
I hope you can hear me.
I'm sure they can.
Okay, so hello everyone. It's great to be back here today. My name is Wale Ayodele Fash, husband of this beautiful damsel.
My husband has been chopping my dodo all day. Like he's been chopping my dodo means he's been admiring me, okay? So don't go be thinking.
And that's what it means, no?
Yeah, he's been really, but I don't blame him. Like, babe la hot.
I don't blame me either.
Anyway, so today is the night before our wedding anniversary. Tomorrow is our wedding anniversary. So yes, we're really excited. And as promised, I today will be addressing your assumptions about us. Okay. So in one of my last videos and in my community page, I posted a picture of us, and I asked you guys to tell us what are some of your assumptions about us and our marriage. And yeah, a number of you actually asked, so it's not a lot, so I'm sure this video is going to be brief, right? And then we'll be, that's what we'll be shooting for this particular video. Are you ready, babe?
Yeah, shoot. Okay.
All right, so the first person here said, "Jeez, what is the age difference between you and your husband like?"
That might be before we...
No, it's not. It was even after that video I posted. However, we already addressed that question. So go and watch the last video we did together. We shot together. Jenny said, y'all are very happy together. Love your energy. Happy anniversary. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Latif Tinuke said, "No assumptions. I just love your couple vibes. Your videos have really been helpful and impacting. Love, Victoria Fash." Thank you so much. Thank you. We appreciate you, and we are glad our video has impacted you. In short, so many people have been sending me these messages, especially on Instagram. Like, I get a lot of DMs, like at least 3 to 5 DMs every day, telling me, "Hey, I watched your video. I just wanted to appreciate you." So yes, thank you guys so much. Yeah. Okay. Datey Apple also said, "No assumptions. I just love you both so much, and your wedding night video helped me a whole lot. You're a great teacher. Thank you, and I am glad my the video helped you, and you're very welcome." Okay, let's go to some actual assumptions. Okay, so WK said, "Assumptions. You guys are playful on a daily basis, joking, playing around, witty banter. May the Lord keep blessing your union and lead your household. So as his children, you represent his kingdom." Amen. Thank you.
Amen.
So his assumption is that we are always playful on a daily basis. We are always joking around, playing around, and having witty banter. What do you think about that?
Well, I think I think the only thing that
Sit up, babe.
the only thing different from the reality is every day. I mean, it's practically impossible to be that playful or whatever every day. The things, I mean, eventualities will. So, but you can. We have that easy camaraderie.
My
Relations.
husband's voice is so bad.
We play a lot. Witty banter, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Yes, but
Yeah.
it's just not every day. But a healthy lot.
Yes, yes, a healthy lot. Yes. So yeah, we have our moments where we are, not in that mood. Nobody's in that mood all the time. I guess
Yes.
only a crazy person will always be in that mood. Everyone has their own mood. If not for anything, or once, if not for anything, you get each other upset, and the rest
It's not
of it.
every day.
So,
The day you may have a tiring day at work.
yeah.
Some other person may upset you. Some
Yeah.
other thing may frustrate you, and all that. So,
Yeah, so we do have that. I mean, we joke a lot. And I think I've said it in my videos. Like, we literally joke too much. When we want to be in the mood, we joke a lot. Like, I'm sure our neighbors at this point, they are tired of us, okay? Because they're like, I'm sure they already know. Like, we joke a lot. We joke loudly. We play loudly. And I think it's healthy, especially for newlyweds. You see, someone asked me a question. I just wanted to use this assumption to address that. Guys, we can't just come and be doing assumptions here. We have to drop some gems here and there. But someone asked me a question on Instagram lately and was talking about how can they cultivate a playful kind of environment with her spouse. She's a lady with her spouse, because her spouse happens to be too serious. He doesn't, he's a very, very serious person, okay? So they don't really have that, and he's older than her too. So, there's this kind of, I don't know, yeah, they don't really have that kind of relationship. And she was like, oh, I admire your relationship with your husband. I admire how you guys are playful and all of that. And how, like, she was asking for advice. How can she, what do you call it, have that kind of relationship with her partner? What do you think?
I think one of the ways, we've once
addressed
said
this,
something
yeah.
close to this. One of the ways to do that is look for things that he's passionate about. The most quiet of persons, the most strict of persons, has areas or aspects of life that gets them excited. So find those things and build your jokes around them. You will probably have to ease him into it. You have to understand, especially, it might not just be because he's older, it might be his birth order. More often than not, firstborns are usually very serious people. So it may have
an impact
in who he is, handling responsibilities for long and all that. So you may have to ease him into it. It will take a lot of coaching, stylishly and all that. But gradually, I think you can always paint pictures too of the kind of reality you want. Like you're watching a movie, you're seeing a couple bantering, you're trying to point it out to your partner in a nice way so that the person can get the idea that this is what makes you tick. You see a couple in church or whatever association you believe in that are having that kind of, point it out to him or show it out to him so that he will know that that thing is missing. And he may want to make adjustment or he may try to make adjustment. What I'm just saying is the bulk of the job is with you.
Yeah.
Because you're the one that really needs it. He doesn't. At least in order for your union to function. But it's true that when you achieve it, the union will be better off for it or may be better off for it. So that's why I said the bulk of it is on you. I'm really struggling to talk, so
yeah.
thank you.
Okay, yeah, I totally agree with everything my husband said, especially the fact he said that, most of the work is going to be on you, right? Yeah, I always say whatever you want in your marriage, right? You create the kind of atmosphere you want in your marriage. You create the kind of, the kind of the way you want your marriage to be. It's hard work. Marriage is work, okay? My husband, if he's left to him, yeah, it can be playful in his own time, but those time to come rarely. If I'm the kind of person that I'm very serious, trust me, my husband too can be 100% serious on his own. You understand? So if I don't call him, hey, let's dance today, or hey, let's do this, you know, it might not. You understand? But most often than not, you understand. You know, when he's not in the mood, I would drag him into the mood. When I am not in the mood, he would drag me into the mood. If it means him, you know, tickling me in places he knows that I hate being tickled, just to be able to get a reaction from me, he would do it. If it means him carrying me around the house, he would do it. And if it means me, when he's in his mood, you know, climbing on his body and be jumping on his body, I'm gonna do it, you know, or dancing. And sometimes we'll be dancing and mama tell me, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do this. Now, I have the option of getting upset, like, hey, every time I want us to do something, you say you don't want to do it. Oh, what? You understand? Or I can just keep on, you know, dancing on him, dance on his body, dance until I wear him out, or until he decides to stand up. Even if he doesn't dance, I think we even had that kind of situation today, you understand? So I had the option to get upset and say, I want us to dance, you don't want us to dance, hey, or I could actually, you know, still meet him, like still try to bring him, you know, up to speed, you know, in the way I want him to be, you understand? So yeah, whatever environment you want in your marriage, however playful. I've told you guys, there are times that he'll be coming from work, I will not open the door, you know, I'll ask him to give me a password or to say something, you understand? Those are ways that you can bring excitement into your marriage. So you need to be creative, you need to come up with things, no matter how bizarre or it might seem, as long as it's, you know, reasonable.
What works for both.
Yeah, what works for the two of you. So yeah. So Kalina said, first of all, I love your channel. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, my assumptions are that you and your husband are a very sweet person and you two love each other a lot. Your channel is helping us a lot. Yeah. I'm glad my channel is helping you.
Thank you for the commendation.
And thank you for the commendation. Yes. So she said that we love each other a lot. Do you love me?
You should answer that question. Well, I think you're assuming correctly.
Yeah.
Our chemistry is very, how do I put it? It's on the high side. We have a lot of affection for each other. I love my wife a lot, a whole lot. There's no doubt about the fact that we're meant to be together and all that. So, and aside that, she's an easy person to love. So, I don't know, it just comes natural. We have a lot of affection for each other, so your assumptions are in order. We do actually care about each other a lot. Yeah. And I mean, that's about all.
Yeah. And I love my husband very much, okay? I just want you guys to know that, you know, it's not every time in marriage you feel absolutely in love with the person, right? It's not every time in marriage that you are head over heels. There are a lot of moments, and it should be way more than the times you don't feel it. Okay. But there are times that situations and life and everything, you are not even feeling love for yourself. Not even talk of love for anyone.
Okay. Yeah? I think what she's saying is emotions.
Stop mansplaining me. Tell me what you think. Don't tell me what you think I'm saying.
Since when have I ever mansplained you?
I'm just kidding. That word just came to my head. Go ahead.
Affections, emotion, they peak and fall. But I think it's important. What she said gave me a perspective that I wasn't addressing. Love is both two things: the affectionate part and the action part. And when I mean affectionate, I mean the feeling, the lovey-dovey thing. And then the action part is the verb, the love in itself, which is a decision. So love is constant in that wise. So it means that if I am responsible to my wife, nothing changes it. Yeah. So whether I am feeling that hype or not, my obligation to her stays standard. So I'm obligated to care, I'm obligated to protect, I'm obligated to do all those things, and vice versa. Those ones are constant. So it is the emotional part,
which is what I'm talking about.
May fluctuate. So that's why.
Yeah, so your commitment to each other stays the same, regardless of what your feelings are at the moment. Because trust me, feelings go up, feelings go down. Okay, there are days I feel like I cannot love my husband more than I love him at this moment, and there are days that I love him way more, and there are days that I look at him I'm like, please. You understand? Like, yeah, and I'm sure he has his own days like that. Maybe not as bad
Why
as mine.
are you speaking for me?
But don't you have your own days?
My friend.
You see, you just didn't.
I don't have any day like.
Hi.
Thank you.
No, but honestly, don't mislead them.
I'm not misleading them.
You don't have days that you don't feel emotional love.
Oh,
for
of
me.
course, that's why.
It's the emotional I'm talking about.
That's why I could explain it now. It's something I've experienced. So, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so the feelings will go up and down, but your commitment to each other should always stay the same. Okay, but don't ever, when your commitment to each other outweighs your love for each other, like outweighs the emotional part. Of course, the emotional fluctuates to affect but when your marriage has become all about commitment, what I'm supposed to do, what I'm supposed to do, that's not what marriage should always be about. It should be a balance between them. Maybe we'll talk about commitment and love in another video. But the next person said, that Salawu said, I just love everything about you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you kindly.
Marisa said, I just love your couple vibes. Thank you.
Thank you kindly.
Rose said, although I know there must be misunderstanding in marriage, I still assume you and your husband has never had one.
Are you laughing at? Are you laughing at the person?
I'm laughing not at the person, at the question, at the assumption. That's what I'm laughing at.
I'm just setting up a trap.
I also assume. Okay, wait. Let us further address the first one. She said that I assume that you and your husband has never had one misunderstanding.
Finish it.
Okay, and then she said, I also assume that you are the overly bossy one from your videos. Let us address the first one. We don't have misunderstandings. What do you think?
No, that's practically impossible now. It's impossible. We have our misunderstanding and all that one, and we walk it over. I think for us, it's not hard for us to. This is it. Like number two human beings, there will be clashes and all that, but we try to work it out. We try to even retrace our steps. Sometimes when the other person, you get upset and you upset the other person and all that, we try to retrace our steps. We try to limit what happens. And so sometimes when it gets, we've had one or two instances when it was so heated, and we came up with rules and strictures to rein us in. That these and these are what we will never do. So that they stand as guidelines and rules for us, so that no matter how upset you get, you don't cross those lines. So, yes, we do have our moments.
Yeah. One thing I also just wanted to ask what my husband said is that, especially in your first year of marriage, right, there is going to be a lot of misunderstanding. And I'm not saying that, because there was in my marriage, this is something that I've heard in so many marriages, so I'm able to say this.
The chances are very high.
They are very high. Like, I used to say, me and my husband were like, when we're dating, like, yes, we had our moments, but there are a lot of arguments we had after marriage that I never thought that we were going to have that kind of argument. But remember that the two of you are coming from separate backgrounds, especially if you've not been cohabiting or stuff, before marriage. Okay, not to even talk of us that were long distance dating, you understand? Coming together, you realize that, there's some things about this girl. There are things my husband discovered about me. Be like, you used to complain them. Well, you take me like that. You have married me. You don't marry a wife.
She's not a serious person.
And there are things about him too that I'll be like, oh my God, I didn't know. I remember, and I just want to share this. I'm not going into details, but I remember one of the biggest arguments we had. This was like weeks after our wedding, maybe a couple of weeks after our wedding. And I told you that you lied to me. Like, this is not who you told me you were before we got married. You understand? Yeah. So we had instances like that.
That's how she used to say.
Of course, it's not like he lied to me, but I just felt like this is not the person I got married to, okay? For instance, one of the biggest issues we used to have when we just, like, our early days, weeks of getting married, was that he doesn't give me compliments. And I was really pissed. It used to really annoy me. I used to cause big issues because I'm like, you used to do this to me before when we were married, you know, before we got married, everything I do, even when I don't think I deserve compliment, you used to compliment me. So how come all of a sudden you've changed and then you're telling me you're not a what do you say it? You're not a person who talks a lot. Oh, and to me, I felt like that was a lie. You understand that, you know, this is not who you were before we got married. But then I realized that we were long distance dating. So even if my friend sends me a picture of her, I would be obligated to say something about the picture. You understand? Like it's natural for you to want to compliment or say something about the picture or whatever. You understand? So when I take pictures and I send it to him, he cannot just ignore it the way he would, like, I wear something new and he would ignore, or he used to rather ignore. Then you understand? Then he had to type, he had to say, oh, you look nice, oh, I like this dress or stuff. But now we were married and I wear stuff and he wouldn't see anything, and it's not like he doesn't appreciate it, because he would tell you that when we're having, I would say, but I like what you're wearing, I really like it. And I'm like, why didn't you say something? You understand? So he tells me that he loves it, like he loves how I look and everything, but he usually forgets to say it. But when it's in your phone, you don't forget to say it. But to me, it was more or less like, oh, then were you pretending then and stuff? But you need to understand that circumstances changes things. It's not the way things were when you got married. Now you need to start to rebuild, you know, your understanding, or rebuild your love, or no, realign the way you love each other after you get married.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. If I had anything to what you said, is that you would have to understand the person you're with, exactly who they are, not how you project them to be. For instance, she had always known that I was a word-based person. I like to write or type. It's easier for me to write or type about something that I like or admire in more flowery way, in more whatever, than saying them. No matter how good anything I say is, I write better.
Yeah. So
it was from that standpoint that I was telling her. Of course, she can't relate with it at that point in time.
Yeah.
And it will take a while before she can even, I'm not even sure that till now, she has totally accepted that is who I am. Do you understand? But the thing is, I can't also rest on that.
Yeah.
Knowing that it means so much to her. So even though that's not my original programming, I have to do something about it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that's how so she assumed that, you know, and it will happen on even very minor things like that. It's just the way it's one of the ways you would get to understand each other better.
Yeah, I think so too. So yes, we have misunderstanding. Your first year of marriage, there are a lot of things you thought you understood when you guys were dating. When you get married, you'll be re-educated. That's what you thought you understood. It was never. It wasn't ever. You understand? So yeah, so there will be a lot of, especially misunderstandings. You're going to have that, okay? But even arguments, like full-blown arguments, you're going to have those things, because I think one of the biggest reasons why when we, you know, early months of marriage, where we used to have a lot of argument, there was because I was so scared that if I don't address it now, right, this is what our marriage is going to be like. So I will spend and expend so much energy trying to correct one action that will not be corrected in one day or 1 week or 1 month or 1 year, that will take time to correct. But because that fear that if I don't do it now, you know, this is how our marriage is going to be, I'll become so exhausted, and then we'll fight because I don't want to understand this part. I am focusing on my own, what I'm thinking or what I think is right. Go away, Joe. And he also does the same thing. You understand? I get it.
I feel for you.
Stuff. So yeah, misunderstanding will happen, argument will happen, and we definitely have had a lot in this 1 year of marriage. But yeah, so she also said, I assume you're overly bossy. You assume wrong. You assume I miss.
Wait now, let me defend you before you start defending yourself.
Okay.
This is what happens. I'm a reserved person. Very. I'm quite playful, but also very reserved, and a bit camera shy. So anything you see on camera, there's a lot of underground coaching that goes on.
Work.
So that's why you see it that way on the videos. So because sometimes I've even reverted to my original person.
Yeah.
So sometimes you may see me, I should be like, yes, because You get. So some things that there are a lot of things I don't get about this thing. So she's there to coach me through it. That's why it looks to you like she's been bossy. She isn't.
Yeah.
I think someone once made assumption one time that you always, was it me or someone
Interrupt you?
No, as the last word or something.
Last word, yeah.
And all that.
Yeah, I will corrected that.
So it's like that. Whatever I see on the video, just understand that this is her fault. I'm just supporting striker or spare tire, if you want to put it that way. So I'm going through coaching. So it will take a while before you see anything different.
Yeah. And most times my husband rides on my energy. So I have to be energetic, because if I am relaxed, trust me, the mood of that video is going to be relaxed, because my husband rides on the energy that I give out in the video. So if I'm hyped in the video, it would most likely be also hyped. So that's why I always seem like I'm always doing extra in the video. But trust me, most times it's because of him, and also because I am extra. So yeah, that's it. So most times he's the bossy person. He's very bossy. He bosses me around. It's not fair. No, I know the bossy. He's bossy. Okay. But yeah. Fatima said, I assume that one of the reasons you love your husband so much is because he's funny. It's not funny. In his own way, sha. Do you think so?
It's you they ask. Leave me out of it.
Oh, well, one of the reasons I love my husband is because he's funny. I think I love him because we get ourselves. We get each other, right? I don't know if funny is one of the reasons why.
She didn't even know how funny I could be.
It could be until we got married. Yeah. So maybe it's one of the reasons I've now developed the love I had for him. But that I fell in love with him, no, it wasn't about the funny part. It was just the fact that we vibe. Like, we vibe. When we want to be funny, we're funny together. When we want to be serious, we're serious together. When we want to be playful, we're playful together. Our vibe is just 100%. You understand? So yes, that's fine. I was just going to drop another gem here. I was talking to a couple of my friends. They are still single, about to or soon to be married. And I was telling them the other day, remember I was telling Mo, and I was saying that, see, the biggest mistake you can ever make in your life, right, is to marry someone that you don't like, or someone that doesn't like you, someone that you are not friends, not marrying your friend, basically, someone that likes you. And I was saying that is because don't let me start talking. We'll be talking about lessons we've learned in 1 year of marriage, so that'll be the next video, so watch out for that. We'll talk more about this in that video. I don't want this video to be too long. It's already 30 minutes. How? Okay, anyway, we're playing a lot at the beginning.
I know the prophecy I gave.
He said that it's going to take 2 hours for us to finish this video. Anyways, the next video is the next assumption, the next person, Chidera, said that I really need, and honestly, it's you people that always drew my attention to the fact that my husband is a very funny person. Like, it's when you guys said, I'm like, that thing you said is actually funny. And that I didn't know how much my husband used to make me laugh, you understand, until when we started doing videos together. You guys usually call my attention to it, and I realized that, wow, there's actually no time we shoot video together that we don't laugh all the time. And it's the same thing, even when we're not shooting video, he does that a lot, but it just never came to my consciousness.
Thank you, people.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Anyway, it just never occurred to me until we started doing videos, and I'm like, wow, like, you really make me laugh a lot. Don't I make you laugh too?
Oh, sure. She does.
I have to collect my own compliment too.
Jealousy.
Bless you, babe.